Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Nathy Vader and today we're looking at the new Quetzalcoatlus figure from the Jurassic World Dominion line. This thing just dropped the other day. I found it weirdly on eBay for a reasonable price of £35. I believe this will probably be there or thereabouts, the same sort of money, maybe $29.99 because of its size. So we'll look around the box and then we're going to get this thing out of the box. Can't wait. It does look very similar to the original Quetzalcoatlus figure, with some differences like paint and sculpt, but we'll get into that when we get it out of the box so we can handle it more with my human-sized hands. The box itself looks very nice. Got the Jurassic World Dominion logo there. On this side you've got the DNA sequencing image, which we'll get into in a bit, and just a little image there of the app that you can use. And on the bottom here it shows you again the button for pressing for the flapping motion, and another button which isn't accessible at the minute for the beak to open and close. So that's going to be interesting. And on the back of the box there's not much more to really go over, really just the image of the Quetzalcoatlus there, and some lovely paint apps which I'm not actually seeing too much of at the minute on the one that I've got, so whether this is just a prototype or something, or the concept images which they didn't follow through, I don't know. But again, you just got the beak action feature there, the fax app, yada yada yada, and on the bottom there is the barcode if you should want that. I'll just put that there. Right, well, there's not much else we can do apart from crack it out of the box, so let's do that. And that's about it. There's not really much else. What you can see is the nice image now of the T-Rex and some sort of semi-fallen power lines. You can even see there's some sort of police truck or something there in the background with some sirens on, and a toppled over vehicle, which is pretty cool. And here it is, Quetzalcoatlus. Yeah, it's a really nice figure. Not a terrible amount of weight in there, actually. It feels quite lightweight. There's a bit of weight here on the head sculpt end. Well, let's start from the head and then we'll get to the back end and then we'll go through the features after that. So first up, look at that head sculpt. Absolutely beautiful, to be honest. Love this orange on the tip of the beak, and on this crest a bit of blue, and again a bit more of this orange, and a nice piercing green eye with a black pupil there. Then you can see there's a bit of featherage going on just on the back of the jaw. If we can open the mouth, if I can get to focus, yeah, you got a nice amount of detail there. You can just see some sort of ridges along the edge which are a bit like teeth, and you've got some detail on the roof of the mouth as well, which is pretty nice. And on the back here you've got a bit of a mohawk going on, which is quite nice, which is blended into this dark brownish into the sort of I'd say like a light blue to white, bit of an Arctic theme there. There is a bit of this detail that was on the back of the box here, but it's very limited. There's not a lot. So there's a little bit more there, but it's very sparse. Moving on, you've got the main body here, and you can see there is the button for the flap feature, and this flap here is where your DNA scan code is. I'll put it there, so if you want to freeze frame you can. That closes up quite nicely. It's not terrible. It blends in quite nice, so it doesn't ruin the sculpt. And going into the sculpt again, these arms, very nice. The joints are pretty nice, and these extend out thus far, which is pretty impressive, gotta say. Like the colours, it's like a chocolate brown going into a very light brown, which goes all the way to the tips. No painting apart from the basic sort of off-white colour here, but there is a bit of the black. I tell a lie, but it's very small. There's only a couple of little marks on the back. Same again, there's some small marking of black going on, but nothing in comparison to what I saw on the product images on the box. Lovely claws, gotta say. Very nice detail there. and on the legs as well, it's pretty much the same again. It's very nice. You've got a lot of detail going into the feathered look, running all the way down to the feet. Let me show you those. There is a bit more on the legs there, so if they just carried that on, I would have been happy with that. There's a tiny bit there as well. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice sculpt. No painting on the toes or the claws, but I can live with that. There is quite the, I'm going to say, birthmark there. That's quite a massive one. But yeah, there's a little bit more on that side. It's not terrible, but I think could have done with some more. And there is the Jurassic logo, which is quite nice to see. Very, very smart. So we've got the flapping feature, which is very nice. The arms do feel a tiny bit loose, but not terrible. And there's the other button on the bottom side, which should activate the mouth, which it does, and that feels quite strong. Get it to focus. There you go. Yeah, I mean, no electronic features, but to be honest, I think it would struggle to fit an electronic feature in here with the size, and it would probably affect the sculpt. So for what it is, I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing probably is limitations with the posability, because you'd probably want this to reenact some of those moments you see in the recent trailer when it's attacking the plane. But other than that, it's not too bad. I suppose what I could do is compare it to the original first. So let me go and grab that. So here is the original Quetzalcoatlus from the Dino Rivals range. Now, box-wise, size for size, it is pretty much identical in size. There is really probably... Yeah, there's no, I mean, there's this curve, but otherwise it is the same size for size. And going for sculpt, there are differences. So obviously the head has had a complete resculpt, but body-wise, it feels like it's pretty much there or thereabouts in length. You can see that. Move that over a bit. Yeah, it's not far. There's just some subtle differences, like the claws here, you can see, are massive compared to the originals. But the action features that I see, they've probably made the body slightly bigger, maybe a touch, but probably not. And instead of the button here, which is doing the action feature, they've swapped that out for the Facts app section. The wings pretty much look identical. Like I say, apart from the claws. Actually, no. Do you know what? No, they have tweaked this. This section of the wing here is actually larger. So yeah, they've done that as well. Okay, so it's not a complete repaint. They've done a lot. Oh, another thing to notice here, there is rotation here at the neck, which doesn't affect the action feature, which is pretty good. Saying that, yeah, it's still pretty good. It does have up and down movement as well, but because the head is heavy, oh my! Like I say, because the head is heavy, it does feel like it wants to drop quite a lot. So yeah, it might be a case of, if you're going to do some photos with this, you might have to put a little plastic wedge or something in the side that you're not going to be showing when you're taking photos. But I'm sure all the toy photographers know the tricks of the trade. So that was my look at the Quetzalcoatlus figure from Jurassic World's new Dominion line. Tell me what you think. Do you think you're going to be picking this one up? Do you have the original? And if so, let me know. Did you like that one, or do you like this one more? I don't know. I kind of like both of them. They both have their likes and dislikes, I guess. But my main gripe with this was probably the lack of the black lining on the feathers. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty darn cool, and I look forward to seeing it in the film. Anyway, my name is Native Vader. Thank you very much for watching. I post on Instagram and Twitter almost daily, and of course it is always Jurassic related. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes? Yes!